Hi guys, in this video I'll be doing a review for the ActionPro 1080p HD video camera. Now this action cam is available on mysportscam.com, and although it is an American based company, they do accept international postage. So now I'm going to do an unboxing to show you what's inside. Okay, first out with the box we have the main camera, which is encased in the waterproof case. Next we have the LCD screen, followed by the remote control for the battery, some screws. This one looks like a release buckle, a helmet front mount, a helmet mount. We have the power supply, USB to mini USB, the AV cable, and we have some flat mounts here, along with the manual, of course. There are other accessories available. All you have to do is go to mysportscam.com and you'll be able to view all the other accessories like a surfboard mount. We have a normal bike mount, a little bit more of an advanced bike mount which can go on your bikes, motorcycles, and even attached to poles and stuff like that. It's a lot more advanced than this one here. You can get a chest mount and also other replacements such as a battery, waterproof housing, etc. Before using this camera, you will need to make sure that it's fully charged up. So if you open up this little flap here, you will see a micro USB port. You can either charge it up by this cable here, which will connect directly to your computer, or use the power supply provided. And on the end, it also has a micro USB cable. You just want to connect it like this and leave it charging for a couple of hours. Once charged, I would highly recommend putting the LCD screen on and going through the settings. And the reason why I say this is because there are times when you will either won't be able to use the LCD screen, such as if you're using the waterproof housing, or to conserve battery power. So if you want all the settings adjusted for when you're not using the screen, then I would highly recommend to go through the settings first. To do this, you want to press the menu button up here, and you're presented with 3 camcorder options. First up is the resolution, so you have the choice out of 1080p in 30 frames per second, 720p in 60 frames per second, 720p in 30 frames per second, and WVGA in 30 frames per second. Next you have the video length, and this basically splits up the video files in segments of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes and 30 minutes. And then we have the laser sync, where you can automatically make it turn on when you record. However, I would recommend turning this off because it's very easy to turn it on and off without using this setting. You literally just hold down the record button for a few seconds. There we go, and as you can see the laser pointer is on, and then hold the button again and it's turned off. Very simple. Next we have the camera options. You can choose from single shot, triple shot, continuous, or self timer of either off, 5 seconds or 10 seconds. And you also have a resolution option of 3 megapixels, 5 megapixels or 8 megapixels. And after that we have the setup menu, so you can either have the bleep on or off. I prefer it off because it can get quite annoying. You can set the time and day. You can make it display the time on your video files, and you also have an auto power where you can have it off 2 minutes, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. If you're using the underwater housing, then I would recommend keeping it off because there is no way to turn it on. So you want to make sure it stays on whilst you're in the water. And then we have TV standard, either NTSC or PAL. And that's it for the options. As for using it, it's very easy. You literally press this record button to start recording, press it again to stop, and when you're off record you can take a picture by pressing this button here. Alternatively, you can use the remote control, which is included, as you can see here. There you go. Oh, for the remote control you have to press stop, and then this one here, you can take a picture. Attaching this to your helmet is also very simple. You want, first of all, a pad like this, and you want to stick it to the side of your visor, which is what I've done. And this is extremely sticky, so it is not going to come off easily. I've had this attached to my helmet at 70 miles per hour, and it didn't even budge. It really is completely solid, so you don't have to worry about this flying off. So basically, once you have it attached to the side of your visor, you then want this connection here, and then you literally clip it on like that. As you can see, it's very sturdy, will not budge, and you just want to screw it underneath the camera. There you go. This is when I would suggest using the laser alignment, because as the laser points directly in the middle of the screen, you can literally just adjust it to how you like it, and then just hold the record button to turn it off. It's really simple to align, unlike some other cameras which don't have that. Some cameras don't even have an LCD screen or a laser, so it can make aiming it very difficult. But with this, I found it to be very easy to point exactly where I want it. When using the underwater housing, you will need to make sure that this cam is on just before you put it in, and that the power saving options is off, because as you can see here, there are two buttons. Now these only align with the record and picture buttons. There is no button in the middle to toggle the on and off button. So that is definitely a design flaw, so just make sure that you have it all prepared before putting it in the case. So as for putting it in the case, you literally just pop this open like that and insert the camera so that the buttons up here are aligned with these ones. Flip this around, make sure this goes over, and then push it down. As you can hear, that was a very loud click, and this has basically made it completely seal tight of any water getting in. Yeah, the only way to get water in here is to literally crack the thing. Okay, so once you've got it in the case, you will want to attach it to something. So let's say that it's not an overly sunny day and you want to put it on a helmet, because after all, this does reduce a lot of wind noise, or say if it's raining, you want to have an underwater casing for that. So if I just grab the pad from last time where this will connect to my helmet, you will see that there is a screw here and there is none on this case. So what you need to do is you need to unscrew this part, take that out, and you want to get the little clip adapter. So literally just put it on like that, make sure it's all aligned, and screw it in. It's really that quick to change over. And then as you would to slot this onto the mount here, just clip in like so. And even with underwater housing on, you can also use the laser adjustment by holding down the record button for a few seconds, and the same to turn it off. So now that I've shown you pretty much everything about the cam, here's a few examples of what the cam can produce. So as you've seen from the footage, the quality is extremely crisp in daylight or even in the dim evenings. As for nighttime, it does have a lot of noise, but you can't expect a cam to be perfect at nighttime. But the fact that this actually picks up a lot more light than any other cam I've used, it gets top marks from that. As for the product overall, would I recommend it? Yes, I would. I personally think it is at a very competitive price. It is at the higher end of the market, so it is still expensive, but it is also cheaper than the very high models such as the top of the range GoPro series. There are obviously more accessories you can buy, which I've stated at the beginning of the video, at a very reasonable price. So the overall package, I personally think is worth the money. Obviously it's down to you to make that opinion, but from my opinion, I would say go for it.
I want to say a big thank you for watching my video. I hope that you found it helpful as well as enjoyable. If you would like to be updated on future unboxings, reviews and competitions, please subscribe. By doing this you are also supporting my channel. I do have other videos that may be of interest to you, so feel free to have a browse. Once again, thank you for the support and I hope to catch you on the next video.